Some Tennessee lawmakers say the state has a problem with the number of pregnant women who are addicted to drugs. So last year, a law was put in place in an attempt to drive that number down.
A mother can now be arrested and charged with abuse if her baby is born dependent on an illegal drug. News Channel 9's Hannah Lawrence joins us now with a story of one woman who says she got help just in time.
Drug treatment centers tell me they're worried about the effects that law could have, saying it could push women away from seeking help in fear that they might be charged. I spent time with one mother who says she put that fear behind her for the sake of her baby's health.
I was completely powerless over it. Being pregnant wasn't enough to stop me.
This mother says her unborn son saved her life.
Because I have a disease that has no cure. I'm going to fight it for the rest of my life.
April Anderson says she was hooked on morphine until she was 7 months pregnant.
We see a whole lot more narcotic exposure and a lot of prescription drugs.
In September, Anderson says she found herself behind bars in Blount County after her illegal drug use led to felony charges again.
There's obviously something wrong with us if we're using pregnant. There's obviously something we have no control on going on inside of us, and we need help.
According to reports done by the State Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse, the number of babies born addicted to drugs is steadily increasing each month.
We're either identifying it better, which I think we are, or we have more exposures, which I think we also have had.
Erlanger neonatologist Gary Bell says treating a baby born with neonatal absence syndrome can be painful and expensive.
And then we have to give them enough morphine to capture their symptoms and relieve their little symptoms, because they are sort of pitiful when they're going through withdrawal.
In June of last year, a controversial new law went into effect in Tennessee, allowing the state to criminalize mothers who give birth to drug-addicted babies.
I think there's a lot of confusion about that law, and one of the provisions of the law is that if you're involved in a treatment program when you give birth, that's a defense against the misdemeanor charges. And I don't think people realize that.
Program manager at the Helen Ross McNabb Center, Sarah Long, says she gets 4 to 5 referrals each week, but she says the new state law did not come with any additional funding to add spots in the facility.
That's a problem. Yeah, you know, every woman can come to this type of program.
Anderson says it was a miracle her baby boy Eden was born healthy this December. And even though she says she was not charged with abuse, she says she still worries about the effects her drug use could have.
I want my son to grow up to be a man, and I want him to be satisfied in life. And when he talks about his mom, I want him to be proud of the battle she fought to keep him.
Anderson says admitting her addiction transformed her into the woman she believes is best suited to be Eden's mom.
Shame and guilt may be eating you up right now, but you can deal with that, because that life inside of you needs a mom, and it needs to be you.
Doctors at Erlanger tell me the increase in babies born with neonatal absence syndrome is becoming so prominent here in Chattanooga, they're trying to set up a conference in March that will educate people on the issue. Dr. Bell says it will be the first of its kind for this area. For News Channel 9, I'm Hannah Lawrence.
Dr. Bell also told us studies show that children born with a drug addiction have a greater chance of having a learning disability as they grow older.